Charles here, RVerTV. Welcome! We are heading west on I-40, heading towards the town of Williams, almost there. Had a good evening up in Flagstaff, got a lot of work done. Wasn't that Grand Canyon trip cool? That was one for the memory books. What a beautiful, beautiful place. Okay, I'll be exiting up here fairly soon. And if you remember this exit, we were coming up the other direction. This is 64. To the right, we'd go back to the Grand Canyon. I wish. But we're going to make a run through the town of Williams. Figured on the way back, you know, all these towns are part of the Route 66 historic highway. I mean, it goes in several states. I don't know if you remember way back in Santa Monica, the Santa Monica Pier. Remember, that's where 66 started. Okay, well, let's make a left. But all these old towns, they all have a museum. They're all the 66. Normally they have the emblem painted on the roadway. And it's cool. And all the way down this section, we're gonna go through a bunch of it. Actually, there's about over 100-mile stretch of the actual highway I want to travel on, heading back down the hill here. We'll make it a couple videos here. But this is actually going into the town of Williams. I've been here, a few times. It's touristy. There's a ton of old-time motels. You'll see them. We'll do a drive-through. And, you know, there's restaurants and cafes. This is also where that train, the Grand Canyon Railway, and that's famous, where they haul you up to the canyon out of here. And you can spend the night at hotels and whatnot. There's the tracks right there. And they have dinner trips, nightly trips. It goes year round. It goes through the winter time. It's a big adventure. There's a few RV parks here, but motels are the big thing. Like right there on the left, there's Super 8. Check out this sign. 1881 is when the town was formed. Now right here on the right, there's a RV park. Then they got cabins made out of cabooses, train cabooses too there, and that's pretty popular. Pretty good sized park too. Now I know some people that go to Quartzsite in the winter. They come up here during the summer. They camp out a little ways, and then you can camp for free. There's BLM land, like going up towards the canyon. And also some of these RV parks, they're not that expensive. Look at that flag flying. Isn't that cool? But you can definitely stay here, and it is much cooler up here. You can survive the summer easily. Not quite as cool as Flagstaff, but okay, here we are. We're in the big town of Williams. Welcome to Williams. There's a sign. Okay, it's one way to the west and then the east the other way. We'll do a big loop through town before we get back on 40 and start heading south. But you can really feel and see the old nostalgic buildings. They still have them here. That's what's unique about it. Look how close the buildings sit right on the street too. It's just old style. Like back in the day, you know, people, they parked their cars, got a room, and away they went. But just dozens of old motels everywhere. A lot of them been remodeled. They got some newer ones over by the freeway, but these are the old timers. Then off to the right is the famous railroad station, Grand Canyon Railroad. A few bars in here. We just passed that place called the Red Garter. They got a mannequin hanging out the window. Funny. And then once again, the train off to the right. Train station. It only runs once or twice a day. They don't. I think in the summer they run them more, but it doesn't go too often. I checked it last time I was up here, and it wasn't bad in price. But you consume the whole day. You know, you're gone several hours. I think it was 10 or 12 hour round trip. So it took a while. Okay, right up here. I'm going to make a left. We'll circle back through the other side of town. And you'll see some of the shops and stuff. There's some cool gift shops and whatnot. And during the summer, they got their little festivals. I think they have a car show. I forget everything else that goes on up here, but Google it. All these little towns, all the Route 66. I know going down the hill, we'll hit 2 or 3 going through those. I've never done that really. I've always just kept on 40, kept driving. Let's go down the main drag here. There's a big Safeway on the right. And here's another section of Motel Row. You can see, you can parallel park. It gets real congested here. You know, with the Labor Day weekend, it's gonna get packed here. And I hope everyone has a good, safe, and happy Labor Day. And this is downtown. What's that? Motor Motel. See, this all the old styles. There's a brewery. Little shops. Western wear. There's the bank, National Bank. Oh, look at the restaurant with the car sticking up there, the old hot rod. Cafe 66. And look inside the building, all Route 66 stuff. More little shops. Trading post. And we're about at the end of it. Look at the brick. Look how they're restoring that building. The brick face on it. Good for them. This stuff needs save. Canyon Club. Oh, then Addicted to Deals. You know, he's a old vendor out of Quartzsite. He used to have that pink building down there on the main drag at Quartzsite. Monty, that was his name. Hey, this guy's backing up, but guess what? We're at the end of town. That was it. That's about all she wrote. Then more motels. But anyway, you get the flavor of what these towns are. And we're going to hit a few more going down. This is the biggest town of the ones going down the hill. We'll be checking all them out. I'm really looking forward to taking that section of Route 66. That's the old highway. I think it even goes up close to the canyon and the Indian reservation. Way on away from where we were, but it's near the canyon mountains or whatever. I think. Don't know. Haven't done it yet. Okay, there's another U-turn thing coming up. Then we'll head down for I-40. I see a bunch of blue sky too. Get away from these clouds. That'd be nice. Like a little park here too. we go. Time to get back on 40, and then we're going to truck down. The first stop will be Ash Fork. And then, God, I can't remember, Seligman after that. I would definitely come up here and camp. I mean, this year's shot because it's getting into fall, but I think next summer I would definitely come up to Flagstaff and Williams and spend a little time, especially when it gets so hot down there in the valley. Right, here we go, Interstate 40. We're going to start dropping down. I think Ash Fork is the next stop. Will be, what, maybe 15, 20 miles, somewhere around there. Not too far. It's kind of got the same feel. It's got all the Route 66 stuff, I think. Always says it does. We're going to find out. Yay. Alright, let's go check it out. They really need to do some road repair on this I-40. Woof! There is some major bumps. Alrighty, here we are. We made it. It was about 15 miles from Williams to come down here. This will be the little town Ash Fork. The 89 heads south. That takes you down to Prescott. Make a right, we're going to cut through town. This is a tiny town. This is small town USA. Route 66 is a state route. Same as we did all summer, as much as possible. State routes in small towns. Okay, big sign. Welcome to Ash Fork. And this is part of the old Route 66 state route. Looks like a restaurant there, gas stations. I have no knowledge about the town really. I think I've bought fuel here through the years. I've traveled a lot on 40. I mean, many trips. Going clear across, halfway across the country. Look at that old motel all closed up. A lot of these buildings don't look used. There's an old church. Yep, kind of a car dealer there. Yeah, a lot of them look closed. Let me pull off. Get a shot of this mural here. Route 66. Yeah, it's not quite like Williams, is it? They get snow here. This is snow country. They get a good winter up here. We're up here in elevation. Oh, look at the car on top of the building. It looks closed. Of course, still early in the day. There's a church. Well, cool. That was town. There it is. That's Ash Fork and Route 66. But you know what? Small town USA is cool. I love it. Alright, we're going to head back up here to 40. Keep on trucking. Down in the description, there's all kinds of ways to help support the channel. Buy a cup of coffee, click on a link, shop on Amazon, and Get a t-shirt or coffee mug. All that helps support the channel grow. There's our museum off to the left. Route 66 Museum. It's not open yet. We'll check those out another time. But pretty cool. Okay, we're going to get on 40. We're only going to go a few miles, then we cut off. And we're going to follow 66 for 70 some miles all the way to Kingman. Look at that, $29 motel room. What a deal. Alright, everyone have a good Labor Day. Tomorrow's video, we're going to continue on 66. We're going to take it all the way down to Kingman. And then from there, we're going to take it over to close to the California border. So that'll be the next video or two. Alright, talk soon.